to enjoy, to invite everyone. On the Saturday evening, we always are going to the
local bars.
The local bars here with some players that stay over here.
The dealer that's drinks. Here, so
yep.
It's all fun.
The card dealer, of course.
Yeah, the card dealer. Yeah.
So on the tables we see Steve van den Bulck on the left side, Maarten Verbeek on the right side. Maarten Verbeek playing Dredge. It's still a solid deck in the meta.
Yeah.
It's very good.
But yeah, not many people play it here.
And Steve van den Bulck on the left side, he calls itself the White Rabbit. Actually, it's just
White.
The Steel Stompy deck. He made some adjustments to it. He's playing Thalia, he's playing Ethersworn Canonists, maybe some Leon Arbiters. No, he tried Leon Arbiters last time. I think he cut them this time again.
He's now playing Shalai, Voice of Plenty. That I see.
Okay, yeah.
You know what that card does?
Shalai, Voice of Plenty, it's the 4 mana, 3/4 flyer, and you can...
you have hexproof,
you have hexproof and
other
creatures. Yeah, have hexproof, indeed. That's that card. Maarten Verbeek let out Mana Confluence Potward Imp, so now he has a discard outlet for his complete hand at this moment, and he can start dredging very fast.
Yeah.
You can now end of turn discard a card. During the draw step you can dredge, you can discard again to give him you discard the card to give him flying. If you have threshold it gets +1/+1, so it gets a 2/2 flyer. Yeah, it can block, very irrelevant.
Please take notice when it's the Maarten's turn that he will put his graveyard all over the battlefield.
Yeah.
Because it's like otherwise such a mess. And it's
so
it's hand.
Yep. You wanted to see Shalai? It's on the battlefield. That is a
Shalai. Turn 1?
No, it's turn
1. It's madness.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's turn 1 for I was just counting all the cards, but indeed. Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal, Chromax.
And now in his upkeep, Maarten is going to discard his Troll.
Yep. Chalice 0.
To get around for that, I guess. Or for
Lights Eye Diamond, Lotus Petal. Maarten Verbeek is playing both in his deck.
Also Lotus Petal?
Yeah, I think so. Lotus Petal, he plays 4 Lion's Eye Diamonds and 2 Lotus Petals. Lotus Petal isn't that bad just to play.
I think
Fatal Looting into another Fatal Looting, and you can do in your
but
first turn
Maarten
a lot of different shenanigans.
Already, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
The first game, normally it's a win for
correct. Now we can
Coliseum because he has Threshold.
Threshold, draw tree, discard tree. This could be game set match already.
Yeah, I think it is.
He can still activate Cabal Therapy if he wants. He only has to target himself. He can't target Steve van Bulck at this moment.
But still, if he finds a
bridge
from below,
some bridges and
he's already found the second Narcomoeba and he's Dredge
and another one. So, but I still don't see any bridge from below. I see Ignorate.
I don't see Dredge return either.
No.
And no, there's another.
So actually, it's not the best Dredge 18.
I don't.
Dredge 17. You can imagine, I think. He still has 2 cards on hand now.
Yeah, he's passing.
Yep. Yeah, he can't do anything.
How many Dredge returns does he play?
1 or 2, but
1.
Just 1 in the main deck. And then he wants to win on the Flamekin Zealot. That's the 3rd card you see in the graveyard, next to the Fatal Looting, between the Fatal Looting and the Gemstone. Yep, that's the Flamekin Zealot. You can Dredge return that one. It gives all your creatures +1/+1 haste.
That's a big draw. Of a big creature for Steve, because now if he gets a bridge, it will get instantly moved.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah,
that's something Maarten Verbeek doesn't want to see. It's not the best matchup because Steve van den Bulck has a lot of cards. He can with sacrifice with Walking Ballista or Ravager.
Yeah.
So
now he's
just to kill the bridges, but so he's right. I thought I saw an Igor in his graveyard, but I think I'm very incorrect about that. The second card on the bottom, that's the Tug. That's a Tug, yeah. First I was thinking it was the Dredge return, but that's the Golgari Tug. On camera, it's hard to see, but Maarten Verbeek is playing a complete Chinese deck, or Japanese deck, I think it's Chinese, all the cards, except then the Lineside Diamonds.
Now he's attacking.
Yep, for 4. So can he cast anything?
Another imp.
Another Potter Imp. He has Cabal Therapy on hand.
Yeah.
And a Tug that he just...
no, the Troll.
Yeah, the Troll that he just dredged out of his graveyard.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So actually it looked very strong for Maarten Verbeek.
Yeah,
but Dredge 17 was really bad. No Icarus, no bridges. There he should have found like 2 bridges or something. Another Icarus, brought some creatures in, sacrificed them in Cabal Therapy, make some extra creatures on it. Dredge Return, Flamekin Zealot, and then you could overrun Steve van den Bulck very easily in this matchup.
Yeah.
Yep. But now the Ravager dropped, so it can be a problem. I think Maarten Verbeek just flashbacked Cabal Therapy. Wanted to target Steve van den Bulck.
I don't know.
That's impossible to do, but Steve 100% knows he can be targeted. So he will target himself normally. Is there a bridge? I think there are asking to... Okay, the first card is a bridge. So now Steve van den Bulck is thinking about, will I sack my Ravager, yes or no?
He targeted himself, called Cabal Therapy.
Okay.
Just want to upgrade his 1/1 flyers.
Yep. And maybe try to trick Steve van den Bulck a little bit and sacking his Ravager already for the bridges.
No,
but Steve's not doing that at this moment.
I think we're now going to see a Walking Ballista.
Yep. This could be a very big problem for Maarten Verbeek already, I think. Shalai is not an artifact, so he can't put the counters from a Ravager or anything on Shalai. But I think he's close to sacrificing a lot of artifacts, putting him on Walking Ballista and kill Maarten Verbeek with it.
If you would now get rid of that 1 bridge, as a matter of speed, if you would shoot down the zombie token, and you would shoot down or remove the counter to put the ability on the stack to shoot 1 damage on the Narcomoeba, and the Ballista goes to the graveyard because it's an. Does the bridge get removed before the Narcomoeba dies? Okay.
Yes. Indeed, the thing is, what you can do is I remove 1 counter to ping the Narcomoeba, keep priority, remove 1 counter to ping the
two counters to
2 counters for the Potrotem or something.
Yeah.
Yes. From the moment you remove the last counter, Walking Ballista is put it into the graveyard straight away at that moment. So then the trigger of removing the bridge on blow comes on top of the stack. So that resolves first.
Yeah.
So then the bridge is gone, and then the damages of a Walking Ballista resolves towards the creatures, and then he doesn't get any extra.
Maybe Steve just wants to shoot down. I don't know what. Ooh.
So Maarten Verbeek is coming in for 5 damage now.
Why not also swing with the zombie?
Doesn't it just get
if you
Yeah, but everything gets jumped by the ballista.
The Putroots, all the rest is flying.
That's what
No, not all of them. What?
They all are
Are
flying.
they?
Yeah,
okay.
If you discard the card,
I
then
did see one discard, I didn't see the second one.
yeah, of course.
So that's why I'm...
Yeah, probably one of the two Putroots doesn't have flying. At this moment.
I don't know, I saw one discard but I didn't saw the second.
Yeah,
So-
but how often does this happen when a dredge deck has this graveyard that you need to worry about? I think I would also think they are flying all the time. Look at the
Yeah, but
creatures.
still, just throw your
It's-
slide
yeah.
for it. Just block with your Shalai, I guess. It's a 3/4 Shalai, right?
Mhm.
So, but it's
He's gonna just shoot everything down, I guess.
Steve van Bulck is thinking about that. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I thought so. Steve van Bulck already untapped, so we're already in Steve
Ah,
van Bulck's
Yeah, you
turn.
took
He just took the 5 the damage. He went from 12 to 7, so you're a little bit late to
Yeah.
at this moment.
Maarten was just rearranging the attackers
Ah,
from
okay.
the untapped blocker, and I think, yeah.
but why wouldn't he block with his Angel?
That was tapped because he attacked the last round with it.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now I'm... Yeah.
Yeah, you're back on track.
Yeah. Is there a little attack? Little attack?
I think it's always lethal now, because he just can sack.
Thanks to the Ravager, so he has to block the Ravager, I guess.
You just sack an artifact in it. It goes to 3. Now, Maarten Verbeek takes 6. Then you can sack all the rest into Walking Ballista, or you can pump it. He has no outs anymore. He's just that. Always.
Yeah.
He has a lot of options now, Steve.
Oh, he's
van
going
Bulck.
to pump every creature. With Shalai.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking just around the turn before he can use his box.
Yeah, for the
Pump
green
all
mana
creatures,
to
yeah.
activate
Insane.
July. Yeah. Yep. It's like Steel Stompy producing 2 green mana. You don't see that a lot.
I think Steve stole this one. With his turn 1 Shalai.
Yeah, indeed.
With this one off
Or yeah,
Shalai.
yeah.
Yeah, okay,
I'm not sure he stole the matchup. Yeah, he.
No, but he stole that game because of the Shalai. Because if he would not have the Shalai, he would just be cable therapy. Oh,
Yeah, I really don't think it does matter at all. If Maarten Verbeek just found like 2 bridges
Yeah.
with his Dredge 17 at that moment, it's like the half of his deck at that.
yeah.
He has 7 cards, Dredge 17. It's like 30 cards already in the graveyard
Yeah.
at that moment. If there are 2 bridges in, then he could make a lot tokens. He could Dredge return maybe the
Yeah.
Flamekin Zealot, and then it was already over as well. So he went just a little bit lucky that Maarten Verbeek stumbled in his second turn. When we thought he could go bananas, actually not a lot happened.
No.
Only 2 Narcomoobas came in, and normally you want to make like 7 2/2 tokens or something
He
in that
could
turn.
go because hadn't had bananas.
Yeah.
But yeah, will we look at the sideboard?
Yeah, of course. For the Dredge deck of Maarten Verbeek, yes, Elishnor. All your creatures +2/+2, opponent creature -2/-2.
Yeah, why not?
Steve van Bulck has a lot of small creatures at the beginning. If you can bring it in very fast, it's
Yeah,
good
I would
enough.
bring it in, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's bad. Silent Gravestone,
No.
not in this matchup, I think. It depends on if as my opponent's surgical extractions, yes or
Ferry
no.
Macabring or...
Yeah, I
But
think
most of the time in the graveyard deck, no. No.
no.
Not.
Okay.
Yeah, because most of the time they have Torment Script or... what's the other artifact called? that you can tap to exile a card. I don't know. And you can draw a card.
Relic of
with it.
Progenitus.
Yeah,
Gravedigger's Gates maybe. Gravedigger's Gates
Yeah.
is very good. So Firestorm.
No,
I don't think so as well.
it's too.
Steve can sack his creatures to pump another one. It's an extra discard outlet. You want to play it more against control-ish decks
But I think
because
if
it's
you
part
have-
of the cost.
If you have creatures like Heartground Ravager that can pump your other creatures, no, you can't. You don't want to play
Firestorm, no, don't. Then the next one's Nature's Claim. 3 pieces, 100% sure,
Yes.
of course, that you have to bring in. Serenity.
You want that.
It destroys all artifacts
And enchantment.
and enchantments. It's like the best card you can have against
You
Steel
want
Stompy.
those.
Yeah, okay. That's like the best card in this
Yeah.
deck, yeah? The extra Dredge return.
I would bring that in. Because I think you.
Steve doesn't have a lot of interaction. I want to go as fast as possible, so you want a Dredge
I
return in
think
your
you
graveyard?
want Dredge return because, like, this game, when if he had Dredge return and he only had, like, zombies, you would just want to bring back the Zealot and smash him for a whole
Okay.
lot.
Iona.
No.
Very bad. Ashen Rider.
No.
Not good enough. Mind Break Trap.
Maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah, because, like, game 1 he played, like,
Yeah, okay.
Mox,
Mox,
and then the threat he was casting to, and then it's like, if you can, it's not that good of a card, but if you can hit him with that, it's like, kapow. Yeah.
So, but we say 3 Nature's Claims, 2 Serenity, maybe the extra Dredge return,
And the Elish Norn.
and the Elish Norn. That are the 7 cards that needs to come in.
For Steve's sideboard, he has 1 Karn, Sign of Urza.
I don't think it's
No,
necessary. It's
no.
too slow in this matchup.
Yeah.
It's too slow.
Winter Orb, I don't think it does
No,
enough.
no. Not good enough.
Chitty, maybe. You can bring it in, but I don't know how good it will be.
I don't think it's
It's
game
too
closing. It's
slow, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Sword of Fire and Ice, also
No.
not. Spell Scout, also not.
No.
Ratchet Ball, I would bring it.
Ratchet Bomb's good enough. Yeah, need to blow up all the
the
zombie
zombies,
tokens. Yeah, that's a good one.
Tree and Snaring Bridge. Wouldn't bring them in.
Wouldn't?
Wouldn't. I would not bring them in.
Yeah, I understand, but I was just thinking,
I'm just making myself.
is it not
clear.
good enough? Why is it not good enough? If you play it against, its only option is to attack with creatures.
Yeah,
There
maybe
are
you
two
bring it in.
creatures. So if you can just have 1 card in hand, and with the Steel Stompy deck you have the options to attack with small creatures and pump it at once to
Yeah,
kill your opponent.
maybe. I wouldn't bring it in, but maybe. You
I
can
think
bring
it depends on the amount of dead cards in his main deck, if you should bring it in, yes or no.
If you bring the Ensnaring Bridge in, I think you should bring the extra copy of Card in.
Okay, and why should you then?
Because if you can draw an extra card and then look for the things you want to be doing, like ballistating them
Yeah, okay.
from the sidelines.
Okay,
Rest in Peace, I would definitely bring
Yeah,
them
okay.
in.
that's very good.
And 2 Containment Priests, I would bring them in also.
Yeah.
Against,
Okay.
yeah.
So, the second one we see,
Would you keep your Chalices of the Void in?
I think I would.
I don't know. What would you get from Steve's list?
I would cut everything that's too slow.
Karn. And Shalai. But Shalai you saw for turn 1.
Yeah, but I don't think it's that's what I said. Okay, it was good in turn 1, but still, if Maarten, it doesn't have interaction with Maarten Verbeek's his deck. So
Yeah.
I think it's too mana intensive to play. Steve van Bulck was a little bit lucky to cast it in turn 1. A lot of times you can't do it. You need a white mana to do it. To activate it, you need 2 green mana. Nah, not sure. I think it's in most cases too slow. So I would take out the Shalai. I would take out the 2 Karns. Those are too slow in my eyes. Argent Ranger, Ballista, Steel Overseer,
It
Correction
still has the Steel
Invokers.
Overseer in it.
Yeah. I just was going through the list. By-action Revoker, is it good enough for Lion's Eye Diamonds?
No.
No, so maybe you can take out those. Yeah.
And there goes the Ravager to reclaim.
He sacked him, I think.
Oh yeah, probably, but still. It died.
So, another Cephalid.
How bad is that turn 1 fatal fluke and discarding 2 Necro?
Yeah.
That's really sad.
But his hand is like Colosseum, Breakthrough Colosseum, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So is there then a good point to not cast your Breakthrough at this moment? Why wouldn't you?
I think he wants instant speed Colosseum end of turn because he has 3 cards in hand making
But he
threshold.
can.
But he doesn't have threshold.
Yeah,
You need
but
7
when
cards.
he sacks his lead, he has threshold.
Yeah, but he
But
has
they are
another.
looking
Okay, you
That's
bring
the
next turn. You
problem.
bring the second Cephalid Colosseum in,
I would just go.
and then you can break lead, create threshold indeed.
But there are no dredges.
Look, he's not doing it.
No, because the problem as well is
He didn't have treasures.
yeah. That's why I would play Breakthrough the last turn,
Ah yeah.
just to draw 4 and keep 1 card in hand. That's the Cephalid Colosseum.
Yeah.
I hope you can find the Dredger at that moment. So the next turn you have a lot more options. So I would have cast a Breakthrough at that moment, just for 3, and you can draw 4 cards and keep 1 in hand at that moment.
Now we see the Breakthrough, and he's sacked to that.
Okay, so
Now he's
everything
going to
that
go
I said,
all
he
in.
just wanted to do it all in 1 turn.
Yeah.
Ready.
To just go for it, and
Still, I would have played it a little bit
if he
because
now
there is a
doesn't hit,
Ravager on the other
if
side.
he doesn't hit the Dredger. Yeah,
Then
he
he
has
has a
2
problem.
Narcomuras already gone.
Yep. Okay, he finds another Dredger.
Maybe you just want to find the Elshnorn.
Yeah, but is there any chance to bring it in this turn? I think it's impossible to do. So he draws 2 extra, discards his hands. He has 3 blue mana floating at this moment.
Oh, he can. If he hit an Archimera here, and he would have 2 bridges, and he would sack it to a sack outlet like Cabal Therapy, Steve would have to not give him 2 creatures, and in response sack the Ravager.
The Ravager.
Yeah, now he can't do that. But why is he pointing at Thorn?
No idea.
Ah.
So dredging 6.
And now Steve just plays.
Dredge 6 again.
Narcomuras.
Oh, so he founds 2 Narcomuras.
And now the third Dredge.
5. Those go back to the graveyard. So, but is there an option Steve still can sacrifice a Ravager to remove the bridges?
Yeah. I don't think Maarten is gonna win this. Unless, now he's going to take chemotherapy. And there's 2 bridges. That was the play I was saying. So now if he... But he has to pay 1. Does he know that?
But he had 2 floating.
Yeah,
from,
but he still has 2 floating. Look at the dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't know what I'm saying.
I don't think it matters at this moment.
Yeah, it does, because maybe he has more therapies and he wants to therapy more.
So, but this is the correct play from
Maarten?
From Maarten at this
Because
moment.
he has to bait
of course. And that's what Steve did exactly at this moment. So he has 1 floating. I would put it into Cephalid Colosseum
and just
and
try to win it.
Try to dredge again.
Find the rest of the bridges and...
Yeah.
I need to rely on Steven more. He was just saying it as I can.
So, is he passing the turn? No.
No, he's now letting...
Okay, the chemotherapy is
chemotherapy
resolved. Okay. So we can see Stephen and Bulck is nothing in a sense anymore.
No.
Only 2 lands, but no threats, 1 turn, 1 blue floating, he can fill it again. Now he really needs
to find the bridges.
To find the bridges. Can sacrifice Narcomuba, Dredge return, find something else, kill Steve Van Bulck with it.
Yeah, but how many bridges got removed? 2?
I think 2, so he has 2 left, so that's a problem. But it's not that big of a problem. Maarten Verbeek, he has an extra turn.
He doesn't need a deck to win. He just can now win on the spot.
And he has the Ignorance as well for next turn. So he just can Dredge now. Be sure that you have like 2 cards or something left in your deck, and you win next turn.
Yeah.
Due to the Ignorance.
One bridge.
Yep. So counting his deck, how many cards do I have? Which card can I Dredge?
Another.
He's going for 5. 1, 2. So another Ignorance and the bridge. So that's good enough. I think.
No, it's not good enough because he only has.
But it is for next turn. Dries?
No. Oh yes.
Yeah. Of course, he can now with Igor's next turn. He can do all the shenanigans.
Top decks.
If
he top decks the rest in peace, it's all game over.
Rest in peace. Walking. Really? Yeah, the walking ballista is not good enough. No, rest in peace is a graveyard hate at this moment. Yeah. That would be insane. Now just drop rest in peace.
Wow. And it's gone. Look how nice the graveyard is stacked.
So, but if that's not, he just can bring in Igorits. I see 1, 2, 3 Igorits in his graveyard.
He has 2 cards in his library, so. Steve drew another city, I guess?
Not
or
sure.
Plains,
Can't see.
It was land.
Oh, but Maarten Verbeek can't play Dredge Return.
No, because you can't pay mana.
No, he has no mana anymore.
No, but he has 2 turns to win on Ziggurat. And he gets tokens so he can win, so.
Yeah, of course.
1, 2...
Only he will draw probably, so we can top deck a land.
I don't know what it was.
So what do we want to do now? We just want to attack with Narcomuba and pass turn.
I just want to get into his face. With everything.
Then the bridges get exiled again.
It don't matter.
You make 6 tokens, okay? So no, he's doing what I said. He's just passing the turn. This is impossible.
No, it's not possible.
No mana.
Yes.
Oh. I thought that were exiled cards. He has lands on the sides. Okay.
Okay.
They're on the left. There are lands. Okay.
Oh man. Who put this guy on stream?
Okay. That's something completely different.
Yeah,
okay.
but
then he can win this turn, no problem. Yeah, I missed the 2 lands.
There was glare on it as well.
Yeah, we didn't see it. And an elbow, yeah. So we just.
And now he's counting it. I think it's enough. Let's go.
Yeah, it's definitely. You just want to swing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's enough or not.
Yeah,
you just want to swing.
With everything.
Yes, exactly like this.
What?
Steve animated his Nexus.
Oh, that was a Nexus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but still, next turn again, the Igorits will come in, and he will swing for lethal that turn.
Is it Nexus?
It's
a long time on the board. First time I see it.
Yeah, me too.
No, it's there for.
It's like the lands with the Dredge player.
Yeah. No, but the lands that are on Maarten's side, we thought that were the removed bridges.
Yeah.
But with the glare on it, we didn't see it were the lands. I think Steve Van Bulck conceded
because
this one. As well, he saw there were 0 options. He said 3 and it makes 2 a piece, so it were 6 tokens normally.
Yeah, and
I
also
think,
Maarten would have just sacked an Archimeba instead of the Accurate because it represents more damage. He would have kept an Accurate, so it was a 4-2.
Yeah.
It's
indeed.
not that big of a difference, but
Yeah, it would make the difference of 2 tokens.
yeah.
Yeah, because at the turn the other Igor would be away as well, and
Yeah,
you
it's also
create
like
2 new tokens.
It hits for 4 if you. Is it not it becomes a 4-2 with a Zealot. With the Flame King Zealot.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the backup match?
But still, maybe if you do it like this, Dredge, then you only have the tokens on the battlefield. You can swing in. Maybe he could. I'm not sure if it was for lethal or not. Or if Steve just conceded because he couldn't win anymore. If Steve would draw a Wretched Bomb at that moment, kills everything, but still then the Egrets will come back and you still hit for 12 that moment. So, yeah. I don't think Steve will get any chance to win that matchup.
He needed to top deck the rest.
Rest in peace, yeah.
That was
so they
good.
already.
It was I think Maarten played it good there.
Yeah.
With a Ravager and.
Yeah, especially when he had the 2 Cephalid Colosseums. First he cracked the first one, then he waited with the second one. First played Cable Therapy to trick, not really trick, because it was the only option for Steve van Bulck at that moment to sacrifice.
I don't know how many Cable Therapies were in the yard. All of them, or
I don't know. It's very hard to count all the cards.
You can't see it because it's a whole other mess. It's everywhere. But yeah, I don't know. It can go both sides. Who are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for no one.
Oh, not even if I was playing.
I'm not really sure
for you if you were playing.
Do you always root for the favorite clan?
No.
Do you sometimes root for the underdog?
It doesn't matter to me. As long as we have interesting matches, it's all good.
I like rooting for the underdogs.
Yeah.
I know you don't.
I like
the
better player to win the match.
Green stacks.
But you can be the better player, but still do the worst plays.
Yeah.
Better luck.
Indeed. Yeah, indeed. But I think Magic is.
Skill intensive.
It's really skill intensive, and sometimes you are the better player, but your decks. Sometimes your deck says no.
Nope.
Yeah. And that's
something you gotta deal with.
Yeah, indeed.
That's why some people play Miracles, because their decks can search for a lot of answers.
Yeah, indeed. That's exactly the reason why I'm playing Miracles as well, because you have the cantrips, you can fix your hand, you can fix the top of your library.
You know what else a good deck is then? Like goblins. You can fix your hand and you can beat Miracles.
yeah, indeed. Yeah. If you would have a big argue about it, Reese, our both will be convinced at the end that Miracles is a top deck and Goblins probably second.
What?
Or not.
What? We just all have to play Bomberman. That's the whole answer.
So Maarten let out with Fatalist Looting. And this is the reason. This is the reason why you play Lotus Battle. I really like Lotus Battle in the Dredge deck. It gives you a lot more possibilities to go off turn 1. Actually, it's not like you can. Yeah, you can win it with if it's like with a breakthrough now that you could cast. It's instead of the Fatal Shooting, so you could draw 4. So I really like Lotus Battle.
Yeah.
I think it's good. It's the extra speed.
I played it too.
It's the extra speed that the Dredge deck sometimes needs. I played Dredge myself 7 years ago when it was a good deck. Then I played 3 Lotus battles. In my deck, some players play 3, some
So
play
you're-
2, some play
So
0.
Maarten is actually your Padawan and your sensei.
Yeah.
So you
No.
learned him. You learned
No,
how to
not
play
at all.
Dredge. He saw you playing Dredge and he said to himself, I want to throw things in the graveyard all day, all night.
No.
It's possible though.
Actually, I think Maarten Verbeek, he started playing Dredge because it was payable at that moment. Yeah, they are
The lads
the
are
guys. They play out in Turnout in the Koloniste. It's one of our sponsors actually. It's a shop. It's there for some years now. Back then it was recently new, the shop.
Yeah.
They had a lot of new players and they were playing standard at that moment because that's the format that most people get in when they start playing Magic. After some months they started playing modern as well, but still they didn't have all the cards to create the best modern decks there were.
Yeah.
And then we from Mall came in Turnout as well. It's only 30 minutes drive from here.
Yeah.
We went playing there a lot and we took those guys into Legacy as well.
Yeah.
We did give them some decks to play, we helped them out, and Maarten, this is just his first Legacy deck he bought. Now is he buying something else and he's just still playing it because if you start out with Legacy, it's expensive. Yeah? If you need to buy all the jewels and some creatures, planeswalkers, it's expensive. Now the Lionside diamonds are really expensive as well. I'm not sure, but it's some €100 for Lionside diamonds.
And there
Back
we
then.
see it.
Oh, rest in peace. Is this game set match? I think so. Or maybe-
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Maybe
Yeah.
Narcomoeba can go all the way.
Can go all the way. 20 turns Narcomoeba. Let's go for it.
Look at them.
Now I'm rooting for Maarten. 20 turns Narcomoeba. That would be the coolest kill ever.
What's he doing?
Is turning the graveyard cards he mixed up in the pool back in the correct direction. Because he went like this. And then everything was upside down.
Yeah.
Is he drawing from his graveyard exiled or from his deck?
I don't think he knows either as well.
I think
it doesn't
he knows
matter.
he has some time.
I think he's a bit frustrated at this moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something you don't want to see as a Dredge player.
No.
Your
Have
complete
you
play
ever-
card is stacked, you're ready to win the game, and then you
Have you
hit
ever
rest
seen
in
anyone
peace.
exile that far away from
Yeah.
the camera? Like way over to the
Yeah.
picture bench. The second
Yeah.
one.
It's a hard lesson for a Dredge player, but maybe now.
But can it be learned? Another. Oh no, it's a ballista.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, Narcomoeba is not going all the way.
No, Narcomoeba's not going all the way. So now... Okay, he's swinging in. I think
He
okay.
picked him up.
He just wanted to get
So the
them.
Narcomoeba did his best.